All right. I believe we are live. We are live.
All right, it's good
Well,
to be alive, right?
yes, most
Very
definitely.
much so.
I'm going to check on Facebook just to make sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring my Facebook up.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we are live. Hey, Louis, how have you been?
Oh, great, great, great. Fantastic. It's good to be here. I know we've been missing for a couple of weeks, but it's all good. We all get busy down there, and busy is good. And I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be busy. Awesome. What's
Of
going on
course.
with you?
Of
All is
course.
well? Yes.
Yeah, tonight we've got a pretty amazing topic. It affects everyone, really, in the household, family members, even
Yes,
employee work, right? Because
yes,
Yeah.
depending on what the woman is going through,
yes,
everybody's gonna get a little bit of it.
Set the
Oh
yes,
mode.
yeah.
Set the mode.
yes.
Ah,
Yes.
nice.
All right,
Definitely,
Lois,
definitely.
if you'll go ahead and kick it off and do your station ID and we'll get started.
Yeah, just want to welcome everyone this evening to another edition of Caribbean Diaspora Vibes. My name is Louis Witter. I want to welcome all our listeners across the globe, our CRR family, and also those who are watching this evening. Welcome to another edition of CRR FM and Caribbean Diaspora Vibes. Wagwan, wagwan, wagwan.
Yes, blessings, blessings, blessings. We need lots of extra blessings.
Oh
Amen.
Please.
yeah. Especially in
Extra
this time.
blessings. Yeah, man. Yeah. All
And
right.
I
So my
welcome
name is,
these two beautiful ladies to our panel this evening.
yes, yes, we are so excited. We definitely added in more health and wellness. It's a must. We as a Caribbean diaspora, we do a lot of partying, liming, or just, and sometimes we forget about the whole health aspect until something really kicks in and we get a diagnosis. And we don't want you to have to wait, until that time. So we want to it's always best to prevent.
Yes. Yes.
Preventative is in all cases is always the best way, but education, there are a lot of cases where things are reversible and we're finding, this information now. We're opening up really more to the reversal of diagnosis. We're
Hmm.
opening up the mindset, the consciousness about it, and I'm glad for that. So we'll go ahead and get started, everyone. My name is Donna Morton Morgan, and I'm the president of Caribbean American Diaspora, president of Women of Culture Incorporated, where we support women, children, and families affected by homelessness, incarceration, and/or trauma. I'm a real estate broker at Florida Summer Homes Realty, life insurance broker, and mindset coach. And I've been the president of Caribbean American Diaspora for, gosh, since 2025. We got started during COVID, and we've been bringing amazing just educational tips on
Yes.
so many different angles: health, wealth, finance, etc., culture. And we are always thankful and grateful that, and of course, being virtual always makes life easier, right? We can be wherever, we can just log on and share. So we give thanks for the
Thank and praise.
continuation for health,
Amen. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
we
Health
COVID was
is
not
wealth.
was a definite test and we got through it. We're going through another virus
Yeah. We are.
situation again, and we're gonna get through it. Keep praying, keep showing love and courage, and we'll get through. This too shall pass, right?
God
Yes.
chosen people. God chosen people. So we
Yeah,
stay.
man.
We will rise again.
We
Always.
always, we always rise. We can't even help it. So
Yes.
tonight we are talk about menopause. So there's perimenopause, there's menopause, and there's postmenopause. And we've got two amazing women tonight to give tips. We've got Helen Candy Nixon. All right. We're gonna start off with her, and then we're gonna then hear from author Tenisha Johnson. And I want to tell you that, of course, Helen, her heritage is Jamaica, and then Tanisha, her heritage is Nigeria, right? And you know,
Yes, I'm not born in America, but doing the research found out that we're
yes,
Nigerian. Yeah, so that was awesome to find out.
yes. So you definitely need to go back, if you haven't made it back
Yes,
yet.
that's the goal. That's the goal.
I love it. I love it. So, Candy, let's kick it off with you. Tell us about who you are, and then we'll get with
Rolling.
Tanisha.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Helen
Welcome.
Candy. Thank you. My name is Helen Candy Nixon, and I'm a menopause coach. I'm also certified in natural medicine, and I'm a herbalist. And my journey started with menopause. I used to be a hairstylist, and I had a client that disappeared and literally disappeared. Her husband had to hire a private detective to find her. She thought she was losing her mind, and she just left, packed up and left. And when they found her, they found out that she was going through menopause and her levels were way low. So
Mm.
ever since that day, that was like 17 years ago, I was like, am I going to go through this? No, I don't think I want to do this. So I just dug into menopause, and ever since that, it's I've been studying menopause for the past 17 years and
Wow.
studying it from a cultural side too.
Yes, very good. Awesome.
These
And
are
it's
topics that we really didn't even talk about. Um, I've never heard about this from my mom or grandma or anybody. I think they just dealt with things and that was it. Or I mean, they also could have been using some bush tea because they know they've got all the remedies for everything.
Well, I'll tell you a joke. I went to Jamaica, I think I was about like 40 and just starting in the perimenopause. And I kept on saying to my grandma, why is it so hot? And she kept on saying, oh, I guess you're starting your change of life. And I was like, change of life? And she was like, yeah, let me give you some fever grass and you drink this as your water and you
Mm.
will feel better. And that's all she told me.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
Mhm. But
That's
Miss
all she
Dixon, how
told
do
me.
you identify that in someone? How do you identify when someone going through menopause?
Well, actually, the person usually starts noticing changes, like
Uh-huh.
maybe their hair is thinning, or at night when they're sleeping, they wake up and their hair is wet, the pillow is wet, or during the night they get hot and then they get cold. Those are subtle signs. And then a lot of people start losing like iron, their iron drops way down. That's also an indication of you're starting in your menopause because you had normal levels all the time and then they just drop way down. There's
Hmm.
something going on. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good question, Louis. So we talked about perimenopause, so that's before. Can you tell us a little bit more? Perimenopause, menopause, and then post-menopause.
Okay. So menopause actually means that menstruation has stopped for 12 consecutive months. There's no cycle and for 12 months, and that's how the doctors usually mark it, is that you've entered your menopause phase. And then after, it just depends on the person because some people go 5 years, some people have no symptoms at all, some people it lasts for 15 years, some people 20. It just depends on the person themselves. There's no set time for it to finish and no set time for it to start. Because some people are thrown into what's called mechanical menopause. So if you've ever had a hysterectomy or your ovaries removed, you automatically get thrown into menopause. And a lot of women are thrown into menopause early and they don't know what to do because they don't know, the doctors don't tell them, because unfortunately the doctors really don't know too much about menopause themselves.
Right. And to that point, a lot of women, especially Black women, have had the fibroids, which is heavy, heavy, heavy cycles. That's more common now, probably in the last 10, 15 years. And so, and then those women that also have like cancers. And a lot of times those women, like you said, when they have a procedure done, right, you think it's a good thing that, okay, I'm going to do this procedure and now I'm not going to have cycles anymore. And you're like, but you're like 40, 45. I've been hearing even 35-year-old women that are doing this because their cycles are so heavy, not understanding that if you do this at 35 and you stop your menstrual cycle, you're interfering with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nature
Yeah.
gives us this clock, right? Internal clock,
Right.
and then we go and we interfere with it. So when we do that, then menopause, actually, like you said, after that 12 months with no cycle, you could be 35 years old. You're now entering, what did you call it? What type was that?
Mechanical
Make,
menopause.
Mechanical.
make, wow. That's not that a lot of, that information is not really being told. And I'm hearing, anytime I hear a young woman talk about having this, like, oh my God, too many heavy cycles, I always try to tell them, beware because you're bringing on menopause way, 20 years maybe early than it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yes,
So, so,
and
so
people that get ablations also, they put themselves into premenopause.
Hmm. Go ahead,
So,
Lewis.
what are the age bracket, Miss Dixon, for menopause? Is there a certain age that it starts and ends? Give me a scenario. Give me a understanding of
I'll give you a generalized answer because, like I said, if you have, like Donna was saying, if you have a hysterectomy, so you can have a hysterectomy at any age. So, but usually between 30, let's say 32,
it. Hmm.
you start, your estrogen levels start dropping, and that starts putting you into perimenopause.
Hmm.
Okay. And usually most women, hopefully they're finished by the time they're 65, between 65 and 70. Let's just generalize because everybody is different. And I've, during my studies, I found out that you have to study your culture too, because that has a lot to do with it. And the foods that you eat, the type of foods that you eat, also has a lot to do with it. So we as black folks, we eat a lot of spices and we eat a lot of seasoning. So our menopause is really, the symptoms are really hotter than other nations, if you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah, so
because
the
we eat the
season and the
heavy.
spice bring it out.
Yes, yes,
Okay then. Hey.
yeah. It makes it hotter. It makes your body hotter.
Uh-huh,
Because
uh-huh.
for me, for one, I eat a lot of Scotch bonnet pepper.
Yes.
So my menopause is hot, very hot. I used to like be dripping down sweat. So that does affect us. And when we do the studies, they'll tell you that Caucasian women don't have as many symptoms as women of color.
Yes.
Right,
So
and
It's
that's
every,
just a big difference.
understandable based on who we are, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Um, Pregnancy, women that does it affect pregnancy during those time of pregnancy?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, when you're in perimenopause, you're the most fertile in your life.
Yes. Okay.
So that a lot of women, when they say, oh, they had late babies, because usually they were in perimenopause and you know, got pregnant during perimenopause, because you're actually very fertile at that time.
I see.
Yeah, so you have to be careful. You really do have to. If you don't want any more kids, then take precautions.
Right. And I think sometimes people, women especially, will think, oh, I don't have to worry about, but again, peri could be mid 30s and up, and then so that could be even 35 to maybe even
40.
50, right?
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
menopause, if you've had no surgeries, no anything, no major health condition, let's say you stop at 50, and then now you're into, after the 12 months, now you're into post menopause, so there's a wide there's a long gap.
Mm-hmm.
um
um, I actually tell people I don't like to use the word postmenopause, because for the rest of your life you're actually in menopause as long as you have hormones.
right.
So I don't like to say postmenopause, because it's something that we're
Continues.
with. Yes.
Hmm.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have hormones and you're breathing, you will continue in menopause.
Wow. One thing, and then we'll let our Tanisha speak. Recent studies are showing also one of the reasons why Black women especially have more severe symptoms is low vitamin D.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Mhm.
just seeing that with the studies,
Vitamin D and
that
vitamin K.
yes. So there's more hot flashes and hormonal imbalance, but especially the hot flashes because of the low vitamin D. So, and if we notice, most people, Black people, when they go to the doctor, have low vitamin D. I don't know what it is.
That is true because we don't go out in the sun anymore.
Right.
We stay in the house as if that is norm. We need to get back to nature and
Yeah.
normal life. None of us we think, oh, I'm going to get too dark. I'm going to get too
Hmm.
black. I want to be white. I want to be light. It's madness that some of us do every day, and we know all these things was created for us. And so that's why we had such a high death rate in the COVID, because we were short of vitamin D. We need to get back making sure that we look for the sun every day. Look for it. Just get up and go look
Yes.
for the sun. Hey, I want to see you.
Yes.
Spend 5, 10 minutes and look across from the sun. Let the sun hit your head, because it
Yes.
will prevent these things that we're talking about.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
one thing I wanted to say real quick, fever grass has most of the vitamins that you need for your body.
Wow,
A
that's
lot of
cool.
people don't know that.
Good to hear that.
Iron, potassium, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin B, C, E,
Mm.
F. Fever grass has a lot of vitamins, and I never knew that.
I'm gonna make sure my fever grass grow better in the backyard.
In back home, we automatically have these things, but
Yeah.
we didn't know. And that's why I said I don't think our we didn't hear much complaining. I don't even think I saw like an older woman walking around with hot flash, like sweating. I don't remember seeing any of that even as a child.
I'll tell you the trick. Remember when we were back home and you see the older ladies and they have a cloth on their shoulder, a rag?
I remember that.
Hmm.
Yeah, a
That
lot of the
was
older ladies were walking around with a towel or a rag. That was the sign.
okay. All right. Let's hear from Miss Tanisha Johnson. Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Tanisha Johnson. Hello.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Tenisha Johnson. I am the author of Embracing the Milestones, Me,
nice.
Moo Moo, and Menopause, the Ish No One Told Me. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wrote the book based on my personal experience. And Miss Helen touched on something when she spoke about perimenopause, and I will say this: I had spent a season in perimenopause, and I didn't even know. I didn't know. I just know that different things were happening to me. I'm going to the doctor. They're pointing me in every direction, but nobody mentioned menopause. Nobody talked to me about it. I found out I was in menopause because, again, I went to the doctor. I said XYZ is happening. They were like, "When did you have your last menstrual cycle?" I said, "Oh, it's been gone for like about 10 months." They were like, "Oh, well, you're in perimenopause." I'm like, what do you
What is
mean?
that?
What is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll back up just a little bit. Like here, here in the States, like I said, I'm born and raised in the United States from Elkhart, Indiana. Um, we didn't talk about menopause. I knew nothing about it. I think the first time I even heard the word was watching an episode of The Cosby Show. And Claire Huxtable comes home. She went to her doctor's appointment. She found out she was going through menopause. And the kids were like freaking out because they thought their mom was just going to burst into flames and she was going to start crying and clog up her tear ducts. It's a funny episode. You have to go and check it out. But anyway, that's the first time I heard the word, and then I never heard the word again. You would hear people, saying that they were having hot flashes, and of course, it was always women that were older than me. But I didn't know what a hot flash was. I had an auntie that would always be sweating, and I'm like, she's always sweating. Why does she sweat so much? But now that I'm older and I'm wiser, I know that, well, she was going through menopause. I don't know why we don't have the conversation. Well, I kind of have an idea why we don't. But women's health, unfortunately, it's ignored a lot here in the States, and I'm finding out it's not just here; it's pretty much everywhere. They don't talk to us about what our bodies do unless we're making a baby. If you're making a baby, then that's when they're talking to you about it. Helen touched on something earlier when she was talking about the hysterectomies. Hysterectomy is pushed a lot on
Yes.
to Black women. They're encouraged if they have problems having a baby, a pregnancy, anything of that nature, the heavy cycles, instead of trying to figure out what's going on, that's always the go to. And then, as Miss Donna said, that shouldn't be the fix because once you do that, you're pushing a person into early menopause. And then you're not giving them the tools that they need to even go through that season. And now you're entering the season early.
Right.
So that's why I wrote the book, based on my personal experience. I don't want to give too much away because I hope you guys go out and get a copy. But that's what led me to writing the book. I put lots of information in there. I put lots of tips, lots of tools, um, lots of things that are going to help you advocate. I am a wellness advocate, and that is my thing. I want to empower everyone to advocate. We go to the doctor and we listen to what the doctors say, and we take their word as law. We don't ask questions, the majority of us. We don't ask questions. We just listen to what they say. They write us a prescription, send us on our way, and that's it. But you can't do that. You have to, one, know yourself. You have to know when something's not right. If you feel off, do your research and do your due diligence. And I do have a section in the book where I talk about that, and I even give you a script to say to your doctor about the tests that you need to ask for. And there are tests to find out where you are on the menopause spectrum. I didn't know that until it happened to me and I started doing my research. So a lot of those things are there. We were talking about the hot flashes. My first hot flash, we were in the car and we were driving, and I'm usually always cold. And all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. It was suffocating to me. I felt like I was literally on fire and nobody could help me. And my husband's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I can't breathe." And I'm rolling the window down, sticking my head out of the window just to get air. I was having a hot flash and I didn't even know what a hot flash was. I didn't understand it. And then, of course, you're sweating profusely. Come to find out, when you're having a hot flash, your body temperature raises 8 to 11 degrees higher than what you currently are in that moment without any kind of warning, any kind of notice. It just happens. That's what a hot flash is. There are tons of things that you can do. There are herbs that you can take. We were talking about the fever grass. There are tons of natural things that we can do that can help us with that. But as a whole, we have to share our stories. I want everybody to understand that we have to start talking about this. We can't let this be in the dark. Menopause is not taboo. It is a natural thing that's going to happen to every woman on the planet at some point. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide from it. There's no medication that you're going to take that's going to make it go away. It's going to happen. I hate to say this, but it's like death. It's going to happen. So why not be prepared for it? Like, seriously, why not be prepared for it? So I hope to have many more conversations with you all and with others about this. I really want to do a lot of speaking engagements so that we can get in front of this and we can talk to people. It definitely needs to reach the younger, our nieces, the younger, ladies, because like I said, I went through perimenopause, which in my case, I'm saying probably was an 11, 12-year period. And the reason why I can put a number on it is because I remember the first time I felt like, something's not right. Something's going on. I always ran really thin and I was picking up weight. I eat clean. Anyone that knows me, they know I eat clean. I'm about healing. I'm about putting the right things in your body. I'm about movement. Get up, go for a walk. Get up and go for a jog if you're able, if your knees are good. And it just won't go. It won't go away. I'm talking to the doctors. What can you do to help me? Well, you're not diabetic, so you can't get this medication. You can't go on this shot. You just got to deal with it. I literally had one doctor tell me. They kept telling me I had thyroid issues, and I went in, and he basically just told me, he goes, well, some people are just fat and you just have to deal with it. I was like, oh,
Wow.
That's a whole nother story. For Black women as well. We all know, us sitting here, we all know that when we go to get medical treatment, they don't look at us the same. They don't listen to us. They think we're telling lies most of the time because we're trying to get something or trying to beat the system or whatnot. They don't take us seriously. So it's time for us to share information, share our stories, share the tools that you have in your arsenal.
Amen to that.
So that we can move forward and so that the next generation does not have to keep going through this. We're going through it because no one's standing up for us. We're going through it because no one's brave enough to say, hey, stop. We're going through it because in the medical field, they don't have the proper education to talk to us about menopause. They know what it is, they know what it comes, but no one's taking the time to break it down. The first time you go to your gynecologist, I'm sorry, even if it's as young as, I know young girls, they start their cycle some as early as 11 years, or there may be some even earlier. By the time that young lady is 16, somebody should be talking to her about menopause. Because if you get fibroids, like we talked about, if something happens during a pregnancy, heavens forbid you get raped or molested and it messes up your inside and you got to get a hysterectomy, guess what's coming? Mechanical menopause.
Yeah.
And we have to start talking about this. We can't keep being quiet. We have to push for our medical field to get better and stop hiding this information. You go to the doctor, you ask questions, and you tell them that you want this, that, and the other. And again, my personal experience, and I was told, oh, no, you don't need that test. Oh, no, well, I can see that you're here. Oh, no, but you haven't run a test. How do you know where I am on the spectrum of menopause if you haven't run a test? Run the test. You have to advocate for yourself. As you can see, I'm very passionate about it.
Because, of course, a good thing. Come on, my sister. I love it.
It's my thank you. It's my story. It's my life. It affected me. It affected me in a big, big way. It was during a season, like I said, I was in perimenopause, and you're married and you want to have kids, and all these things were happening to me, and nobody could explain. And I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I got robbed. I got robbed of being able to give birth. I got robbed because nobody talked to me. Nobody took the time to do something as simple as an ultrasound.
Mhm.
Women are walking around with fibroids and they don't know that they have fibroids. They're trying to get pregnant and they don't know that they have fibroids. And the fibroids are in the way and it's blocking this and it's stopping that and it's changing your hormones. We don't know these things. I had zero symptoms.
Right.
I was 40, I believe, somewhere at the age of 47, 49. I'm a little cloudy right now on the age, but that was the age that I found out that I had fibroids. And my gynecologist says, "Oh, so how long have you had fibroids?" And I looked at her and again, that puzzled look, what? What do you mean? And then she couldn't be wrong because she's literally giving me my exam. She's in my body, so I know she's not lying. And she says, "Oh, you have about 4 or 5. One's the size of a golf ball, one's the size of an orange, one's the size of blah, blah, blah." And I'm devastated. I left the appointment, I came home, and I'm emotional, having an emotional meltdown. I don't know how to talk to my husband about it. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know do I call my mom? My mom didn't tell me about this. I literally felt like I'm about to cry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
But
I hear you.
I literally felt like I was isolated and I was all alone. And I know that I'm not the only person that's going through this walk.
Yes.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So as a community, we have to do better. We have to have, I don't think this is the first of many of these conversations that
Yeah.
we're having. We have to have them. We have to break this cycle. We have to advocate. I can't say the word enough. Advocate for what you want and for what you need. And I'll end with this. If you have a problem, you go to your doctor and you really feel something's wrong with you, and I don't care what it is, and they tell you no, and they don't give you what you need, fire them. Go get another doctor. You owe nothing to them. You don't have to be loyal to doctor. There are people that go to their doctors and been going to the same doctor for 15, 20 years, and that doctor isn't doing anything to make them better. And I'm not
Mhm.
dogging all doctors because I think doctors, nurses, I'm in the medical field. There are amazing people, and I now have those amazing people as part of my medical team. But
Right.
you have to advocate for it. I got here because I advocated. I have a husband, and I know the gentleman on too. He asked what about. We were talking earlier, and he was like, "Well, what about men?" I will say this: one of the biggest things that you can do is learn about it, so that you can advocate for your spouse when she can't advocate for herself.
I
Right.
agree. I
Because you're
agree.
the one who's seeing what she's going through. You're the one that's noticing, "Oh my God, my wife's so hot. We have the house on 45. It's a locker. It's a meat locker. What's going on? Oh, my
Right.
wife, she bursts out into these hot, these sweats. Oh my God, my wife seems like she's super forgetful. She's super emotional." And that's another thing.
Mhm.
Emotional. Stop calling women emotional. We are walking vessels of hormones. We are
Yes.
walking vessels. Our hormones shift from pendulum to pendulum. So please stop calling women emotional. We have a reason why it happens.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it can be
Speak up.
yes, it can literally be out of control.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, definitely grab a copy of the book, because when my husband read it, he looked at the book completely different from how I wrote it in my perspective. And he came to me, he was like, "Your book is a guide for guys." I do have a section in there for the men. It's small, but it's there and it's very important.
Yeah.
And it's also tips on how to talk to your family, how to talk to your kids, and just kind of sit everybody down and explain, "Hey, this is what mommy's going through, or this is what auntie's going through, or whoever the woman in the family is. This is what they're going through. We got to be a little more empathetic. We got to show her grace. Um, we can't rush to judgment." So it's something in the book for everybody. Definitely go out and get it. It's on
Mhm.
Amazon. It's at Barnes and Noble. If you are a vendor and you want to carry it in your store, you can absolutely go to Ingram Spark. It's in their catalog as well, and you can grab a copy.
Wow.
And I read it
Amazing.
twice. I read it twice in one day. Twice in one
Oh
day.
my
It's
goodness.
that good.
Such
It made
And
me
it's
amazing.
laugh.
short.
It made me cry. It taught me things that I didn't know, because menopause is never ending. So
Right.
there's so much
Yes.
information.
And it's
Very
Yes.
good
good
for the
book.
family, like you mentioned, Tanisha, for the family to understand what's going on with mom or auntie or sister or whatever, because instead of just like, oh, what's going on with her? She's always sweating and laughing. This is serious, like you said, how the body adjusts. Now, for me, it
Yes.
was mechanical. I'm 58 now. I think I've probably, and so menopause can look like different things.
Exactly. It's
So
different
we
for
don't have to
everybody.
look like, oh, some old person or something like that. It just depends, for me, I had fibroids and had
Hmm.
to take care of them, and I was not taught of the what happens after you do this ablation or surgery. I was just happy to get rid of them and like, hey,
Right.
no more cycles.
Right.
No one told me anything. So that's why I'm always, if I hear any younger woman talk about having any type of removal or, I'm like, whoa, 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 let me tell you. The good thing for me, I have not experienced any of those type of symptoms, but I believe for me, what I've researched is I do intermittent fasting like
Hmm.
16 hours a day. So
Hmm.
like I usually my normal on a normal day is like 11 to 6 or sometimes 12 to 6 or but within that window. And what I've done with my studies, I've learned that manages
The symptoms.
everything, inflammation, cortisol, which is stress, and I do need to increase my vitamin D, but
Absolutely.
I have not experienced, and I thank God for
Yes.
that hot flash or any of those. But I think that's doctors are now coming out also to say that intermittent fasting on the whole is the best holistic medicine that we can have because it gives the body times to go and address what
Yeah. Let the
needs.
body heal. Yeah. It lets
And
the
it's the
body heal.
hardest thing for us to do.
Mhm. It is. And
Yeah.
I will jump on that and say this again, we have to be mindful because that is working for you and it's working
Mhm.
beautifully for you, but it may not work for the
For
next
someone
person.
else. Hmm.
Um I can't I can't fast for it. I prefer. I'm like, okay, I'll eat once, I'll eat twice, but that doesn't work for me. That actually makes me gain more weight.
Hmm.
Um and it changes things, but it is good it's absolutely good for you. I believe in it 100%. I'm very holistic. Anything holistic, I am on it. But we have to start educating ourselves. It's not, and then you said you fast, but then it's just as important, what are you consuming after your fast?
Of
That's
course,
just as
of course.
important as well.
Yeah, you still have to go back into whole foods, vegetables,
Yes.
fresh fruits. You still have to reduce carbs and sugar
Yes.
because all these things. So it's kind of like a whole
A
wraparound
cycle.
thing that you have to
Yes.
do to your body, managing stress, right?
Right. Right.
All of this proper sleep. So
Yes.
it is like a puzzle. It's not one
It's
thing.
a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Like,
Yes. And Lewis
yeah.
touched on something else too that's important for everyone listening, people of color. He is 100% right. Go outside and let the sun eat
Hmm.
you.
Yes.
Carbon people, we were designed to be in the sun. The sun has so many healing properties for
Hmm.
us,
Amen.
natural healing properties. Go outside and get in the sun, take your shoes off, ground.
Yep.
I
Hug
started
a
doing
tree.
gardening. Yep, hug a
Hug
tree.
a
I know
tree.
it sounds corny, it sounds weird, but listen,
I do it all the time.
yes, we're designed for
Mhm.
that. We are different. I will
Hmm.
say that we are different. We are a true human species, so we run different. Our operating system is different, and that
Right.
is okay. It's not to knock anyone else, but we have to start leaning back toward what works for us.
Hmm.
Us.
And a lot of the Eastern things aren't good for us because we
Right.
weren't put here for that. That's not how we're built and how we're designed.
Right.
Stop being so quick to let people take stuff out of you,
Hmm.
from your teeth to your appendix. Like, we have to stop being so quick to be like, okay, I'm gonna go on my organs. Every time I go to a doctor, and I noticed that over the last year and a half, and they ask me, have I had any surgeries? And I'm 53. I turned 53 in December. And they say, have you had any surgeries? And I say, no. They say, are you missing this? I said, no, I haven't had any surgeries. My tagline is, I have all my parts. I have all my parts. And I know some things happen and they arise and you can't get around it.
Right.
But there are tons of things that we can do where we don't have to lose our parts. Hold
Right.
on to them. So like if it's something detrimental like cancer or things of that nature, or you're hemorrhaging, so the best thing for you is to have a hysterectomy, that's
Mhm.
fine. But your doctor has to give you the tools so that you can manage that after the fact.
Right.
But in the meantime, take yourself outside and let the sun eat you up, just as
Yes.
Lewis said. Let it kiss on you. Go
Yes.
outside and
So,
get
Find it,
some sun.
find it every morning. Every morning it
Mhm.
peaks. Sometimes you think it's going to be cloudy, but if you go out there and look for it, it open up for you.
Yes.
and
Yes.
can I touch on something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, no, I was just finishing up. I wanted to, Donna, really just, commend Mrs. Johnson on the passion. Oh my goodness, the
Yeah.
passion. My sister, you just blaze.
Yeah.
That fire let out of you today. I see that fire just spitting every
Oh,
minute of you speaking, and I
thank
congratulate
you.
you
Thank
on
you.
being so passionate, and not only passionate, but you went a little further. You wrote a book about this thing because you think people need to know.
Yes.
And this is the
Yes.
platform now. This is the doctors, they ain't gonna tell you nothing because they don't want to spoil their purse and their back book.
Right.
So this is the platform. What Donna and I provide this evening for everyone that listening and watching is where we start this evening. And I
Yes.
ask you to come back next month. Today is the last of Women Month. And this is a blazing example of how we should be talking when they give us this Woman Month thing. But let us continue. Every day is for women.
Yes.
Right.
Every
And can
day
I
we're
Yes.
say something?
talking about this thing. Go ahead, man.
Yes.
When Tanisha touched on the grounding, I
Hmm.
just want everybody to know. Remember when we were little, our parents used to send us outside barefoot to run up and down in the grass?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did.
The sole of our feet
Yes.
is the mat to our body. So when
Yes,
we're
Yes.
outside in the dirt, our the sole of our feet absorbs the minerals that's in the earth.
yes.
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 And but
The,
we are the same. We are the same mineral. We are just collaborating when we touch. Because remember, we
right,
were made from the earth. So
right.
we're just going to Mother Earth and said, "I am here.
Mm-hmm.
Heal
Yes.
me,
Refueling,
heal me, heal
refueling.
Yes.
me." You're just mixing up with whatever you have down there on the earth, and it's
Yes.
just that mineral, that gold, all of that silver and platinum that's in that earth is right in me and you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we put our feet on the ground, we're just blazing up that fire.
Right.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
The earth is our charging pad.
Of
It's
course.
like we
Yeah.
put we put
yeah,
our phone on a charger. The
yeah.
earth is literally designed
Our
for us. It's
charging.
our
Yep.
charging pad.
And
You
we
touch the
don't
ground, you
we
get the
run away
sun.
from it. We run away from
Yes.
it. We were we were told to like anything holistic and all these things, run away from it. Come and get this pill. But yes, the
Right.
earth is our charging. We walk barefoot, go out, fresh air,
Yes.
Go to the
opening of
ocean.
windows. Yeah.
Yes.
Go to the ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Look for the
Kenny, I
sun.
know you also you do CMOS also for menopause, right?
Yes, I do. Sea moss has 96 to 102 minerals and vitamins that the body needs. So I do make sea moss. I do additives for ladies in menopause if they have certain symptoms. And just sea moss is a superfood. We
Yes.
used to have it when we were little, and now I don't go without it. And I, by the way, I'm in my 60s and I'm not on any medication.
Ooh,
Yes.
amen. Congratulations. That's awesome. Good.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
And
Sea
I've
And
moss.
had
we
her sea moss, by the way. It's super yummy. I need her to make mine just a little sweeter, but it's good.
how can people find you, Helen, and order CMOS, etc.?
Okay, so my site for the CMOS is Menopause. It's MENOMOSS .square.site. Again, that's menomos.square.site.
So
And
we'll have to
go
get
ahead.
it and put it on the
Yeah, so that's what I was just going to ask you. Can you put it up for me, please?
mhm. Yeah, I'll put it on the chat and so forth so people can have it. Again, look, superfood, sea
Yes,
moss,
yes. If it's
what was the tea you
natural,
Under
it's
said?
premium.
crispy
What was the tea when you started off? What kind of tea was it?
fever grass tea.
Fever
In
grass. Look at
American, they
that.
call it lemongrass. Fever
Hmm.
grass
Lemongrass.
tea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Yes.
these
Donna,
things
next time I see
are,
you, Donna, I bring you a plant to the fever grass.
yeah, yeah. I love
Plant.
it. All
Okay.
these things are holistic ways that we just
Yes.
talked about to
Yes.
not just reducing symptoms of menopause, but a lot of different diseases and chronic diseases. We can use these things, the earth, we can sunlight, rest in nature, go out, breathe fresh air, walk barefoot.
Yes.
Now they're selling sheets. They're selling grounding sheets.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Instead
I
of
I
have
you
a
do.
grounding
walking out,
pad.
And
Yeah.
you know,
I
a
have
lot
a
of
grounding
people,
pad in my room.
uh, really?
yes, Louis, have
Yeah.
you seen that?
No, I
Mm-hmm.
have. So what is that?
So it's
It's
something you plug
oh, go
in.
ahead.
It's something you plug in, and they even have the sheet that you can you lay it on. And so instead of you having to walk outside barefoot, so you see when they figure out something, they try to monetize it, and that's when they push it. So it's for you to ground, but electrically, instead of you walking barefoot and
Oh
connecting.
no. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Please, my people, do not get involved with that. That is
Yeah, that's
that is to
artificial.
Yes.
weaken your system.
Yes.
And you're 100% right. I bought one and I probably used it once or twice and I was like,
No,
this is weird.
no, no.
I'd
That's
rather
to
be
weaken.
outside.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. I'd rather
So
be
we
outside.
do also have to be aware. I know different people think, but again, doctors are starting to come out and say you have to be aware of so many of the scans, so many of the x-rays.
Yes.
Women are having even like breast cancer more and more. It's doubling. So as we continue to do all these x-rays also, we're exposing our bodies to more chemo, more x-rays.
Yeah.
Um, so we
It's
have
weakened.
to keep
It's
an eye on
weakened.
that.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good point, Donna. It's weaken. These things weaken the system. Anything that you put over that the creator did not create for you to go over your body is a negative towards the body.
Right.
We have
Yes.
to understand, and just as you say, Mrs. Johnson, when you go to the doctor and the doctor messing around and not telling you and doing, you need to speak up. When we
Yes.
see these things and they keep pushing you onto these machine and chemo thing and messing up with your brain and your, it's not just your brain, it is your temple.
Yes.
That's how we have to look on it. Brethren, doctor, sorry, I don't, you can't mess with my temple that way
Right.
because there's a spirit
Hmm.
in here. You
Amen.
can't be messing with the spirit also. So anytime you put radiation onto my body, you're also messing with my spirit. And so we have to realize that and speak against it, or if we can't, back off. Say, hey, this is not proper. I can go through 10, 15 x-rays. That makes no
Right.
sense. That weaken the spirit and weaken the temple. That's the way we should
Yes.
approach these things.
Yes. And if you feel you can't advocate for yourself, I'm big on taking someone with you. I go to my husband's appointment, he goes to my appointment. You
Amen to
know,
that. Awesome.
Team up, be a team. When they come in there, and I'm telling you, it works. When they come in there and they see that you're in a united front. Listen, baby,
Good.
they listen to you. Me and my husband both have had situations with doctors where they were trying to get us to do X, Y, and Z, and I think I'm probably a little bit more vocal and I get a little bit more passionate about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why? Why do we have to do that? Why does he have to take that? Or why are you suggesting that? That I don't believe that, or I'll come with facts, you know. Um, I'll go as far as to say when I was on my plant-based journey, having a nutritionist tell me you need to eat more meat. You have to eat more meat. Well, I've not been a big meat eater in my entire life. I don't necessarily have to have meat. I can eat a plate of vegetables and I'm good. But she kept telling me that, and I'm just like, okay, so will you go outside and tell that cow down the street from my house that they need to eat more meat? No, because they're eating grass and they're big and strong and they're fine. So stop pushing things on us that aren't meant for us. But again, I said all that to say, advocate for yourself, speak up for yourself. If
Yes.
you feel you know something and you've taken the time to do the research, don't be afraid to share that information, because sometimes you can teach a doctor or a nurse practitioner or a PA something, make them see something in a different light. So don't be afraid to speak up. Maybe that'll make them go to someone and say, hey, I had this patient today. They said something to me about fever grass or, lemongrass. What do you think about it? Should we be talking about it? Because they don't get a lot of training on nutrition. I was told by a doctor that they probably only spend a week on that in school.
And
When it comes to menopause. Oh, go ahead.
menopause, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Two
So
hours of
see,
learning.
and
Two
we're
hours.
going to these people and we're trusting them. 2 hours of training on menopause, and I'm supposed to trust you with my female anatomy? Come on. Come on.
And,
It's not
and, and,
right.
and like she said, the doctors will tell you, because when I go to my doctor and she found out that I was certified as a menopause coach, she told me to bring her cards, and she ran out the room and gave it to the other doctors because she said, we don't know anything about this. We're
Wow.
going to refer people to you because we don't know anything about this.
That's
So it's
crazy.
scary. It's scary.
It's very
Very
scary.
scary. So that's why we have to continue the conversations like this and
Yes,
get together with the personal experiences of things and different things to help and what helped you and what helped you. And so we understand that there is help, but this may not fit in your life. This may fit for you. And it's all a big collaboration
yes,
and sisterhood
yes,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
yes.
brotherhood
Yes.
because we
Each
need the
one
And
men.
teach.
brotherhood.
Yeah.
And brotherhood. Don't leave me
Yes.
out of
Yes.
this thing,
Well, I'm
Donna.
going to
Don't leave
say
me
this.
out.
I'm going to
Yeah,
end with
because
this.
Right.
yes.
Each
Yeah.
one teach one.
Yes.
And during menopause is when most people get divorced because men
Yes.
don't understand and women don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Yep.
That is so true. So and because a lot of times the man does not want to deal with all these emotional issues and all of this that's going through, and the woman's experiencing all these different things in her body, then it's easier to then go out with that younger. So a lot of times you'll see the man will get with a younger woman that is not
Yes.
Hmm.
experiencing that yet. So a lot of times they kind of understand a little bit more than what we understand because they're more out there in the world. But so they understand that they don't usually pick up a woman the same age because they're like something is going on. So I'm gonna go down maybe 10 years. If they remarry, you'll see it's usually like a 10 years. So then
Yeah.
okay, I'll be I'll be mashed up by the time this one gets
Right.
so
But all they're doing is creating more work for themselves because she's gonna age and she's gonna go through it. So why not stay with the person that you've been with, you built a life with, you've had kids with, and just empathize, sympathize, be compassionate, and educate yourself on the process so you can help her through it and y'all can stay together. I
well,
mean,
like we said,
Easier said than done.
the breakdown of communication, and sometimes when that breakdown happens and that woman is alone, not having a support system, so
right.
she's dealing with this on her own, he's dealing it on with, so everybody just kind of breaks apart, and he is going to end up dealing with it again, he just doesn't know.
He doesn't
But
know it, and that's
yeah,
where we come in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
right.
overspeak, but that's where
No,
we
that's
come in because we're gonna start educating them, right, Lewis? We're gonna start
Yes,
educating
yes,
them
yes. I
so that
agree.
they know and they understand. Because there's nothing more beautiful than black love or any kind of love, but
any kind.
there's
Yes,
no nothing better. There's nothing better. So soften yourself and get educated, and let's all educate each other, advocate for
right.
each other. Because what we're
And
doing right
and
now, we're advocating for others without them even knowing that we're
and don't
advocating.
forget, the men have their own issues that we're going to have to come and deal with
Yes.
and be supportive. So,
Yes,
so, you know,
You you know what, Donna,
yes,
you just read my mind because I was just about to tell Lewis we're gonna have a special
Yes.
on andropause about
yes.
menopause
Ah, that
because
is my pause, andropause.
yes, andropause.
Okay, then.
And
I
that's
look
male
forward.
menopause because you guys go through losing the testosterone. You get the big
Yes,
belly, the bald head,
yes.
and then you start having the prostate problems.
Okay,
That's your menopause.
okay. I
Mm-hmm.
look forward for
yes,
that. That's very important.
yes.
I'll just wrap up this evening and just say, guys, listen, Dr. Dixon, you touched earlier on a part that we need to continue on, and that is culture. This thing
Yes.
that we're talking about is cultural. You can't expect to go to a white doctor and they know anything about you black sisters. They will not. So when we're talking also, we have to also remember that we need to get with our black doctors or black sisters doctors and men doctors, and that's how we're going to start educate, because this also, it is a cultural thing, and that there's a big area for us to discuss in that area to make sense.
Oh, yes. I do also do workshops. I do travel. My workshop is called Menopause Has Color Too. So it
Hmm.
is geared towards women of color because when I say color, it's every woman in the rainbow, but especially brown people,
Yeah, of
Hispanic,
course, of course.
Chinese, Asians. I
Yeah,
mean, believe it or not, Alaskan people, they have the thickest skin, so they go through a whole different kind of menopause.
mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
All right. So it's
Awesome.
7:57. We've had an amazing educational show. We
Beautiful,
hope
beautiful,
that
beautiful.
whoever is listening and will continue to listen to this will be able to go back home and help someone and help a woman in your life, whatever that role is, and that she's not alone and you're not alone, and maybe you can save some relationships and so forth. And that's the intention of our show and why we continue to come on weekly to give these amazing tips. Thank you so
All right.
much, everyone. Until next
thank
time.
you.
God
Yes, yes,
bless.
yes.
God
Thank
You
bless.
you
take
so much.
care. Have a
Bye
good
It's
bye.
evening.
awesome.
Thank you for having
Ladies, have
us.
a great
Thank
evening.
you. Yes.
Good
All right.
night.
Good
On
night,
behalf of all
Good
of us
everyone.
night.
here,
Good night.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies, for listening.